Welcome back to Windsor Spitfires TV. I'm Manny Paiva, along with the new assistant coach for the Windsor Spitfires, Casey Torres. Casey, nice to meet you.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Welcome to Windsor.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
As you get set to join the Spitfires, and you've already played in your first exhibition game, how has training camp gone for you?
It's been really good so far. I mean, it comes at you fast, which is good. We've spent a lot of times where we get to the rink at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and you're just here all day. So that side of it's been really good. And for me, I didn't know enough or much about many of the players that we have so far. So it's been really trying to get to know everybody, try to find, build some relationships with the players and find out a little bit about their individual games and, not form opinions too fast and just try to help them all develop, improve, and become better players.
For those people who don't know too much about your background, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I've been coaching for a long time now. I coached a lot of the OHL draft eligible kids a few years back, and coming out of that, I was scouting with the Peterborough Petes here in the OHL. And then I joined the Pittsburgh Penguins as an amateur scout here in Ontario. Fortunately for me, we won the Stanley Cup my first year in the league, which I guess you'd say there's only one way to go is down, but it was a fun experience. After Pittsburgh, I went and joined the New York Rangers, Hartford Wolfpack, and I feel very fortunate. The people that I've kind of learned and grown from. Randy Sexton's a huge mentor for me. Chris Knobloch, who was here in Erie in the OHL, the only coach in CHL history, won 50 games 4 years in a row. And just like when you learn from people like that, and that's your inner circle. Their standard is so far above what the standard is, but that's normal. So I feel very fortunate to have learned from those people. My time in Pittsburgh, I think we've had 5 or 6 people go on to become NHL general managers. So, I always say it's education you can't get anywhere unless you're in those rooms. And I don't take that for granted. And the relationships that I've still very fond of and proud of today.
A lot of relationship building in hockey for sure.
100%.
Did you have a relationship? Did you know anybody in the Spitfires organization before joining them?
I did not at all, which is funny because I feel like most people in the OHL, our teams anyway, I do have a lot of relationships from scouting. But when I scouted with Pittsburgh, Kingston, Ontario is home for me, so I kind of did more of the East, and we had another scout in Ontario, so he kind of just geographically did all the due diligence with the teams this way, where I kind of took the teams on the East side. And it happened relatively fast once it actually did kind of pick up. But the vibe I got from everybody right from the get-go was really positive. The conversations I've had with Bill Bowler before getting the job, since getting the job, he's somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for already. And then getting to know the coaching staff here with Jared and Andy, they're two outstanding people, and the staff. I mean, again, I've only been here for 2 weeks now, but just the vibe seems like everybody gets along, everybody really works hard, and seem to be pulling in the right direction. So it's a good vibe they've got going here.
You've been an assistant coach in the AHL. You've coached elsewhere. You've been a scout. You've been a development coach, a skills coach, skating coach. How has that prepared you for this role with the Windsor Spitfires?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, every job, if you think that it is kind of all mingled, in my opinion. Like the scout in you, you're looking at what translates to higher levels. The player development, that helped me become a better development coach because, you see certain things from a scouting point of view that you want to latch on to that potential. Coaches can sometimes get frustrated to a degree, but having that in your back pocket, I think, is helpful from a development point of view. You know what it takes for guys to go from junior to the American League or American League to the NHL. You know what is getting players there and what's holding other ones back. So that's been good, and just grinding, working. The more Andre Tournier, I remember him telling me years ago, there's no such thing as too much information. So the more information you get, and just being able to work with players on a team basis, on a one-on-one individual basis, you really can make a difference with players if you put time and effort into it. And it comes back to building relationships as well. And, I think I'm a coach that coaches from the idea of trying to create opportunity on the ice, and I don't know many players that aren't looking to try to increase more opportunity in their game.
So as a coaching staff now, what are you and the rest of the coaches trying to accomplish with the Spitfires in this training camp and preseason schedule?
Trying to form our team identity, our team culture for sure. But at the same time, you're trying to figure out what some of these young guys are. Again, it comes back to how your previous experiences help. When you scout 200 OHL games a year, you realize which teams do a good job at acclimating young players to the lineup early, and which teams maybe hide them a little bit more, and then the year goes on. It doesn't get easier as the year goes on, but if you can kind of get some of those young guys acclimated early, halfway through the year, you might end up having a pretty good player, and then you're coming into year two, like Windsor is right now, with guys like Greentree, Christopher, who are ready to be big players in the team. So, if you didn't give those guys opportunities a year ago, they might still be rookies. So
we're looking forward to seeing how they capitalize on those opportunities. Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing you on the bench as well. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
And stay tuned for more interviews on Windsor Spitfires TV here on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe all the video content.
Hi, I'm Dan Gemus, CEO of the Dan Gemus Real Estate Team. When you think real estate in Windsor and Essex County, think of the Dan Gemus Team. We're here to help every step of the way. Learn more at dangemus.com.